in the shadows of the night. These golden towers glooming bright in a land of fractured grace, they preach their twisted gospel with a smirk on every face. Promises like smoke rings dissolve in the very air, while the faithful cling to visions of a world that's not really there. So scream into silence where the truth is drowned in lies, the specter of a leader with reverent fire in his eyes. In this court of twisted virtue where their sinners claim their right, the moral minority whispers in the shadows every night. Cloaked in righteousness they stand with their slogans sharp as knives, a carnival of fucking shadows where the lost and broken thrive. Behind the veil of piety, a darkness starts to bloom. In the hearts of the devout lurks the specter of their doom. So scream into silence when the truth is drowned in lies, the specter of a leader with reverent fire in his eyes. In the court of twisted virtue where the sinners claim their right, the moral minority whispers in the shadows every night. Oh, I got you, Jello. So raise your voice in anguish, let the echoes fill the air. In the shadows of the moral, we find a truth that's been laid bare. For in the depths of chaos where the lost souls intertwine, the moral minority falters as we seek what's truly divine. So, this is new when I'm writing. This is actually about my kid brother and I. We started a production company called The Hymn. Now, it came to me in a dream of my second grade teacher's chalkboard of a clown writing the hymn on a chalkboard. I came out to find out later that it was Hebrew for to be. So we had an idea about what we wanted to do with our film production. We didn't want to enter festivals or do 24-hour things. We wanted to be whispered and people freaked out and all this shit. So what we're aiming to do is, I'm trying to put words here the best I can. Zero. We burrow beneath all shadows where dead silent streams, where whimpers of splintered echoes can escape even the brightest of dreams. And we tear always at the prettiest skin, finding glory in stain after stain. In this endless hollow of deliciously lucid madness, we'll lap slowly this flow of pain. Lapping slowly this flow of pain, drowning in glorious agony, dragging these veins on its chains. In the maelstrom of mayhem and madness, we lap slowly this flow of pain. Crimson rivers erode, such tasty decay, twisted the purest thoughts, so easily be led astray. Bound by compulsive hunger that will never wane, in dead silence we will lap slowly this flow of pain. Underneath the blackened skies, scream for mercy shall bring no replies. Only tears of torment will bring the tears of Cain. We bleed, we breathe, will forever lap slowly this flow of pain. Lapping slowly this flow of pain, drowning in glorious agony, dragging these fangs on its chains. In the maelstrom of mayhem and madness, we lap slowly this flow of pain. This cold embrace will never fade. We are bound to this void, welcome all shadows to invade. Forever lost in the storm's cruelest rain, we lap slowly this flow of pain. Thank you.
Excellent. That's Chris Martin, y'all. Hell yeah. Excellent. Thank you, Chris. All right. Cosy, you ready now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, he was ready the last time.
Yeah.
Jerry told me to pause, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
that's cool. We're good.
You want me to get slapped with
We're so good, y'all. Here's Kaiser.
Oh, 1 second. If I knew he was going to do that, I would have had it stopped.
Thanks, Jerry.
Yeah. Now you got me.
I'm going to put it on YouTube, try and get deported.
Cool.
It was what's called Kaiser Interruptus. Alright.
Yeah.
In my tradition, before I start, I want to have a drink with all my friends. So.
That looked delightful.
Right. Shit. Okay. All right. I got a poem to read, but it's on my phone, so guess we're not gonna get it. Okay, so a romper landed on Father's Day, and I spoke about my father.
That was a nice one.
And being a father myself now. Well, today's romper ends up on Easter, 420, and Hitler's birthday. So sorry in advance.
Guys, you're gonna scare us.
I'll give you a bunch of dates to please don't. No, it's been a good week, you know. I've been doing my research, watching Schindler's List, Judgment at Nuremberg. You know, I want to be prepared. So with Easter falling on Hitler's birthday, I don't know about you, but I see a new conservative holiday in the works. Yeah, it must be confusing for, they told me I can't say Nazi, but Nazis to be so pro-Israel, but then hypocrisy is kind of par for the course. So what I'm talking about is what here, in the last couple of weeks, what we've learned, or they've wanted us to learn. You got to bear with me because usually I scribble this stuff here at the last minute, and it's hard to read my writing.
Yeah, it is.
After a few beers, that's why I went early. So what have we learned? For all the talk of never getting married, sex, and drugs, it seems that as polarizing as it seems drugs, seems that Bill Maher doesn't know the difference between someone tickling his balls and fisting him. So
Seems like it'd be kind of easy to differentiate.
because if you are so stupid that you fall for that con, you know, of course he was a different guy, you know?
He's got tiny hands.
Exactly. You come to my house and I'm going to be nice for the first 10 minutes. What have we learned this week? I'll tell you what Russ has learned. Russ has learned if you invite a bunch of drunk people to your house, they might fucking show up.
I did learn this. That was you were delightful, Kaiser. Delightful.
That's why you said leave.
Did not say it.
So the police show.
Then I remember.
It was early.
There were no cops.
It was early.
No
Yeah.
cops.
And it was early, thankfully.
We've learned that the sum of our tattoos, sports hats, so you can assume that if you wear a Bulls hat, you are a member of a gang. And I can assume that he's now wearing a Chiefs hat makes him a Nazi. So, I can't read my writing.
Man, that's a rough one out.
Yeah, that was a rough one, but you get the point.
Yeah.
We learned that children with autism are a burden on society and they destroy families, worth nothing. Autism never existed until vaccines. No, Mr. Kennedy, there is a difference between not existing and not being diagnosed. 100 years ago, Elon would have been locked away and lobotomized. We learned if a lunatic bombs a governor's mansion, well, they weren't a fan of the president either. But if a lunatic shoots up a school in the name of white power and the president, well, these things happen. We learned that women are even less of a person if married. So you better keep that birth certificate if you want to vote. The more we normalize the insanity, the more the insanity becomes normal. We've learned no one is safe. Our American agreement is null and void. that we don't care about our children's health or lives. These people are the devil they teach us to fear.
Amen.
So today is the perfect holiday for the new MAGA movement. They can celebrate their fake God, my opinion, that they used to support, and the devil they follow. In my opinion, religion and patriotism is a disease. Both things you follow blindly, and they're easily to be led astray. Midterms in 4 years. We may not be here by then. It's time for action. The courts seem to be holding, but these are lawless people.
Doesn't matter if you ignore the court anyway.
That's what I'm saying. And this is the part where I look at the room, see if anybody's armed. So I'm calling on religious, and there's got to be religious and patriots in the Secret Service. You want to prove me wrong, be a patriot? You're closest to him. In the name of freedom and the rights of Americans and our country, for the love of your family, blow this motherfucker's brains out all over the gold shit he put all over the people's house. Sacrifice yourself in patriotism. Be like Jesus. And I guarantee you, the next president can win by running on giving you a pardon.
That's Kaiser Cooper, y'all. Come on. All right. You ready, Joseph? Yes. All right. So here's a newcomer to the Romper room. Say Joseph, y'all. And he's going to, what's it called? He's going to do some looping and some spoken word for us.
Well, it takes a minute to set up, so you might want to stop when the cameras go. Guess I should have done this when I came now.
She's probably done heard that. Right? She's probably not heard that she was.
Alexis on tap is a little sweeter. Diners is the Irish one, it's dry.
I'll read it.
No, he's been doing Kevin Pepper and Basin. He's locked in. He's
Man, it's been too long since we showed the open mic stage. That was cool.
And then so I actually. She read 8 and I was like.
A king without his pen.
I think someone went over there.
Yeah, there you go.
A land without a king.
And you got one of those flyers that squirts water?
How's that sound? How's that sounding? Can you hear it?
Girl,
Wait, did you hear that, Chris?
it took me forever to get through that. I'm still not
Sounds
there.
good.
I'm a school teacher. Yeah,
that sound? How's that sound? How's that sound? How's that sound? Good enough for me.
Howdy, y'all.
Howdy.
I am St. Joseph. I have come to spread some words of wisdom. Let's remember deeply on this holiday weekend, while we travel around the sun, not to stub our toes and stumble, fall. Let's not stub our toes. Be careful where your toes go. Also, if you disagree with someone, just punch them in the face. It's much easier than trying to debate, go online, topics, all that. Just punch them in the face. Just easier. So, I've got not much to say. All the time in the world to say it. And I like to say things that... So, what I'm going to do for you now is put a layer down, then put another layer on top of that. Then hopefully, by the end of it, there'll be something groovy. Slowly walking to the place where the dark and the light take my souls away. Yes, that's right. I need the cleansing of the water, the freshness of the air. I need to do my laundry. It's beatnik time. It's beatnik time. It's beatnik time. Sometimes I go down a road, there's 2 roads, there's 3 roads, there's a road coming towards me, a road going away from me. That's right, I'm at the sidewalk. It's beatnik time. It's beatnik time. It's beatnik time. These 2 gentlemen walk down the road, they're like, hey, wait a minute, that's beatnik. It's 2025, what the hell is a beatnik doing here? You know what, let's just kick his ass. And they beat the crap out of me, and then they take my shoes and my wallet. It's beatnik time. It's beatnik time. It's beatnik time. Thank you. Now there are times and then there are some times where you just can't. But most of the times we just do what we want, isn't that right? Isn't that right? We do what we want. And I want to come out here and not think of the next thing I can think of to say. and have totally writer's block right here in front of all of y'all. This is an amazing experience and one I will remember for the rest of my life. So, if I may have your ear to do just one more.
I'm here for it.
This here's the story of two gods walking in Olympus. One god turns to the other and says, I'm going to steal fire from man. The other god says, if you steal fire from man, you're going to egg all these other gods up here in Olympus. Well, that don't confront me, he said. If you ain't all these guys up here in Olympus, they're going to put you to a big old boulder. But that don't confront me, he said. If you steal fire from man, big old buzzer going to come and eat your liver. Now to the end of eternity. Well, that don't confront me, he said. So he climbed up the highest mountain, went down to the deepest cave, and there he saw it. Hot, warm, beautiful. He saw fire. He saw warm, hot fire. He grabbed that fire, ran back through that dark cave, down that mountain. He went looking. He went looking, baby. He went looking. He went looking for his fellow man. Come here, fellow man. Hold out your hand. Gonna understand. Stealing fire from man. 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 Oh man, oh man. So at this point I could do your one or two more, or I could tell you about some things that happened in my life. But I want us all to feel the spirit, same spirit I have when I come up here. Now, the thing about feeling the spirit is it all comes down to numbers. These lights in the sky, this air that we're breathing, even our own bodies, it comes down to numbers. So I want to preach to you the joys of binary. That's right. Let them in your life. Let the holy numbers in your life. Which holy numbers am I talking about? Which holy numbers am I talking about? Let me tell you, the ones and zeros, baby. Those ones and zeros got everything we have. Everything we do. There's not a number that can top those two numbers. Hallelujah. So, I present to you the binary hymn.
I may pass out up here. This one. What? Watch the flow. I hope there's enough pad. 1 1 0 1 1 1 0 1 1 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 1 1 0 1 1 1 0 1 1 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 1 1 1 0 1 0 1 1 0 1 0 1 1 0 0 1 1 0 0 1 1 0 0 1 1 0 0 1 1 0 0 1 1 0 0 1 1 0 0 1 1 0 0 1 1 0 0 0 1 0 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 1 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 1 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 1 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 1 0 0 0 1 As they speak to you, let the numbers in your soul. Let them gouge your heart. I feel the numeral spirit. I'm letting the numbers in my life. I'm letting the numbers in my life. Let them in. Let them in. I'm letting the numbers in my life. Let them in. Let them in. Let the numbers in my life.
Thank you all very much.
You know, that could have been written by Devo.
You're right.
Devo.
D-E-V-O.
Say Joseph, y'all. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Yeah, I forgot my list.
You're the corner lounge.
What?
You're the corner lounge.
That's what I keep hearing. And how appropriate that the next person up for the romper room is Jerry the Governor. Jerry the Governor. Jerry Brown.
How's everybody today?
Yeah, baby.
Did you get your Easter eggs and chocolate bunnies? Did you bite the ears off first, or did you bite the ass?
Whoa, what the hell are you talking about, dude?
Easter, man.
Does it matter? Does it really matter? I mean, the chocolate's the chocolate, dude.
Yeah, I know, but you know, some people like ears, some people like ass. You know, are you one of those people
You're a freak.
that eat the ass of a bunny rabbit? Huh?
I haven't, but I'm not like proud of it.
Well, that's enough fun about that religion, but
Are you gonna talk about eating rabbit ass?
hey, don't knock it till you try it, Gus.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
All right, Jerry.
I'm glad I came.
I'm over my baby.
Well, believe it or not, it just come out off the top of my head. I wasn't even planning on talking about that.
Okay, cool, man.
I mean, we just keep our dark chocolate secret, okay?
Jerry.
Hold off on the heckle until he starts.
Thanks, Beto.
You know, it's that one time of year where everybody dresses up the family in their new suits and whatever, and they go down to their local church and do this annual ritual that they only perform once a year, even though there's some people that do it every Sunday. Me, myself, I kind of and what you kind of call agnostic. It's like, I can't deny that, you know, the greatest story ever told was not just a story, but I don't know, man. Maybe there's some good acid back then. Look, I want to walk on this water.
Oh shit!
But you know, when I was growing up, you know, my dad, you know, would, you know, of course, dress us kids up and take mom, and we go down to whatever church we was going to. For a little while, we lived over here off of, I forget exactly where it is, maybe Inskip and Central.
Yeah.
The acid.
Huh?
It was the acid.
Yeah.
We're still on the acid. Yeah. We should.
But we used to live across the street from the recreation center there. And, you know, my dad, you know, wanted to participate, so one time, you know, he bought an SG guitar and tried to play, you know, hymns and stuff. Of course, it was dreadful, you know. But, you know, I was young, I didn't know any better. I tried to be the good little Christian son or whatever. And, you know, there was a miracle that happened over at that, you know, on that stretch of road. I remember one day after school, I got out and I was, you know, we lived in that little house that was directly across from the center there. It used to be like a white house. I don't know if it's still there or not. But I decided to go dart across the road. And I get hit by a car. So the guy that, you know, was driving the car, he took me up to the corner, I guess to where like some doctor was, had me looked out. Apparently I just, you know, got bruised a little bit.
Bounce.
And the guy bought me ice cream, and I thought that was great. A miracle.
Bumbles bounce.
But sooner or later, it kind of just fell out of favor with me because I, you know, started questioning, you know, some of the main topics of religion, like, you know, he's an all-knowing, all-loving God, and it's like, well, you know, so is the case, then why are there so many people having such bad luck in this world? I can remember when I lived not too far away from there, we lived in this big old house that's right behind where Wings was. I think it used, you know, Wild Wings or whatever at the top of the hill, Clinton Highway.
Yeah.
It's like a Mexican place now. I think it used to be like a Wendy's or something. But, or, you know, across the street there was like a Burger King. But I remember that one year they had a live event with Santa at the Burger King, and they was giving away free crap. So I went, and at the time, you know, being very innocent or somewhat, you know, Santa kind of asked, well, what do you want for Christmas? And I said, this is about the time that they had that terrible typhoon in Bangladesh, you know, the one that George Harrison sang about? And I just said something like, you know, can you make it, you know, can you help those people, you know? Not thinking about anything for myself, like, you know, because, you know, I just remember watching the news thing, and, you know, there's like bloated cows floating down the Ganges, and, you know, or whatever river it was. You know, I think Ganges in India. I don't think it's in, you know, what was Bangladesh, but you don't know it's Pakistan.
Never heard that.
And, of course, nothing really much happened. You got a few good albums out of it, and a movie too, you know. But I just started getting, you know, a big distrust for religion in general. You know, because I get, you know, as I'm growing up, I kept thinking things like, you know, why the hell are these National Guardmen killing these kids in Ohio? You know, you watch Walter Cronkite, they have like, today, you know, we killed 1,400 Viet Cong, but, you know, we lost 650, you know, American troops. And this was a daily thing. They'd give the body count. You know, it's like, oh, well, let's see if the body count's going to be bigger this month than last month. And, of course, it didn't. And then, you know, more natural disasters would come. And then it started to get to where, as I got much older in my adulthood, I started seeing man-made disasters. It's like, why did these people drink Kool-Aid in Guyana? You know, what the fuck is this all about? A good, loving, you know, God lets things happen for a reason. What the fuck reason was that for? I mean, you know, say, you know, you know, let's give Kool-Aid a black name, a bad name instead of Flavor Aid, which is what actually was. You know, and you know, also it's trying to turn, you know, the bad word against cheese sandwiches. So you like, you look at somebody at Grateful Dead concert and want to say a cheese sandwich, it's like, I don't know. Remember Jonestown? You know.
Freedom fries.
But, you know, then it's, you know, started getting to be more and more stupid things. Like David Koresh, you know, which just happened, you know, not too long before, you know, Timothy McVeigh just decided to bomb, you know, the Oklahoma City in retaliation because, you know,
Homegrown.
God, that's before we had the opportunity to blame it on Muslims. You know, we had somebody that, you know, decided to, you know, fight against the government, you know. And then, you know, other stupid shit eventually kept on happening. And then you see, you know, stupid wars and all kinds of stupid shit, you know. You know, and, you know, like famine in Africa. Why the hell would the good Lord want children to die of malnutrition? They say it's all for God's will, but, you know, that's a pretty shitty will if you think about it. And we get to thinking, well, you know, surely, you know, things can't get much worse. And I don't know, I was thinking the last 16 years it has. You know, they say never again. Well, so far, you know, you just replace the words with, you know, Jewish with immigrant, and, you know, you kind of see history repeat itself. And, you know, it's disgusting me to no end. You know, you see these people of faith backing this guy, and you got to think, what the fuck, you know? If man is created in the image of Jesus Christ, you know, Jesus Christ is in the image of man, you know,
There's some common ground there somewhere, right?
Right, yeah, it's like, not only is Jesus Christ a racist, you know, he must also be an asshole, you know, a hater of truth, a hater of man's freedoms, you know, only thinks of himself as a golden god that sells golden tennis shoes.
That's it. Who does he think he is turning my table over? That bitch. That bitch.
And just when you think you can't get any worse, on Easter holiday, you open up your Facebook, and I'm going to need a little help here from Mr. Kaiser.
He's coming.
He's coming. I got you. Because he feels the same way I do. You see this tweet from he who shall not be named. Happy Easter, all, including the radical left lunatics who are fighting and scheming so hard to bring murderers, drug lords, dangerous prisoners, the mentally insane, and the well-known MS-16 gang members and wife beaters back into our country. Happy Easter also to the weak and ineffective judges and law enforcement officials who are allowing this sinister attack on our nation to continue. An attack so violent that it will never be forgotten. Sleepy Joe Biden purposely allowed millions of criminals to enter our country, totally unvetted and unchecked, through an open borders policy that will go down in history as the single most I had to spell it because I can't say it.
What is it?
Calamitous act ever perpetrated on America. He was by far our worst and most incompetent president, a man who absolutely no idea of what he's doing, but to him and the person that ran and manipulated the auto pen, perhaps our real president, and to all the people who cheated in the 2020 presidential election in order to get this highly destructive moron elected, I wish you, with a great love and sincerity, affection, a very happy Easter.
Jeez.
End of quote.
Fuck 'em.
Now,
Fuck 'em.
Your eyesight is way better than mine.
well, I need glasses just for driving. But if you can stand behind any single word
Dig it, man.
that he said, well, happy fucking Easter to you too.
Fucking
You-
hey, Jerry.
You know, it's like you're going to get what you deserve when he is no longer in power. Be it by the, hopefully, maybe, we get some government with some backbone. But I doubt that. Maybe, I don't know, the unhinged will make a difference. I think that's been attempted twice, but I think those both was inside jobs. To make him look, unlike his health secretary, that kid, he'd make him look bulletproof. Because that's why, Arnold Schwarzenegger married Eva Shriver. He wanted to make a bulletproof Kennedy.
Betterment of the race, baby.
But if you really think about it, he's our 45th and our 47th. Now, you take that second number off and you got fourth. Twice. So I think you're looking at the Fourth Reich. And if you can't see that, then, if there is a God, may he have mercy on your soul. And that's all I got.
That was Jerry Brown, y'all. Jerry Brown, the governor.
Next time we do about rock and roll, okay?
Okay, that's cool. You can take a break from rock and roll. It's a weird day, Jerry. And we love you. We love you, man. Thank you.
Me and my heater in the
And now comes a real treat here.
Yeah.
No, but Sarah Baker, y'all.
Made me cry.
I have a problem, you guys. It's Easter, and I'm an angry, nasty woman.
Which way to go? Which way to go? Yes.
Kaiser planted the seed, huh?
Yes.
So, thank you for bringing the estrogen in the room. I don't know what to read. I feel like, are you guys sick of my stuff yet?
No.
Okay. I really don't. I have one new thing, and the other I don't know what I'm going to read. So, I guess I'm going to start with the Trad Wives, inspired by E.E. Cummings and the bitches I see on bus duty. The Trad Wives who live in modern farmhouses are fresh-faced and sleep soundly on Vera Bradley pillowcases. Also, with the favor of mega pastor, savory thoughts laser-focused on marital copulation. They believe in MAGA and Murdoch, both cons, are industriously faithful to God, family, football. On their curated profiles, neighbors' heart snaps of smiling brown children from, where is it, Haiti? Maybe. While modest mothers muse the bedfellows of music minister and salon worker. The Trad Wives do not despair if a mission away, God is unwilling and the creeks indeed rise, or if the sky bakes like Mama's cornbread over 1 million weeping brown children. I really don't know what to read. I have one new thing, and everything else you guys have heard.
We love it all.
I like a spaghetti bowl story.
The spaghetti bowl story, is that what you want to hear? Okay, I've got it.
That's a good one.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I've never heard it before.
Yeah, that's right. I've not heard any of them, man.
Okay, Beto, it's nice to meet you in person, man. We've been Facebook friends for a while. I don't even know if you realize that.
Yes, I know your better half.
Okay, this is what Jerry Brown calls my spaghetti bowl story.
Spaghetti bowl! Spaghetti bowl!
Frida Kahlo in my kitchen.
Yeah.
Frida Kahlo reigns from a print over my kitchen table. The choicest bit of breast peeking under her rose teacup. First thing this morning, she orders my dried status into the milk bottle at her waist and sends the dog's loose brown beads of pedigree back into the bowls at her feet. Then she steps out of her glossy black frame, puts out her cigarette, and admonishes me immediately to get my head out of the goddamn oven. Fuck Sylvia Plath, she screams. And Ted Hughes too. And for God's sake, stop sobbing over the red spaghetti stains in your Tupperware. Didn't you enjoy every titillating bite of olive oil and heirloom tomato? You don't need the blood of the lamb to wash out those stains. And you don't need one more man who smells like your daddy to sample your sauce. You know that it is good. Clove, oregano, bay leaf, even the pungent fucking onion. You know that it is very good. And now you have it all to yourself, she reminds me. You don't even need Tupperware. You can eat it right out of the pan. Fairy tale. Once upon a time, there was a bitch who cut off her toes to marry a prince. Then he married a whole Cinderella, her so-called sister. Ever cut off part of yourself to be loved? To make yourself compatible with a cannibal? To feel security? Or gravity or levity? Next thing you know, it's like that boa constrictor you sang about in kindergarten. Oh no, he swallowed my hopes. Oh gee, he swallowed my needs. Oh heck, he's up to my neck. There was a young lady who loved the wrong guy. I don't know why she swallowed a lie. Perhaps she'll die. Perhaps she'll die. Yeah, I know that's a different song and she didn't die. But when the clock struck midnight, decades had passed, not hours. Everything was covered in soot, and no matter how much she scrubbed and scrubbed, she never felt clean again. In the mirror, her wrinkles outnumbered the mice, and her fairy godmother was 6 feet under. Mother, 6 feet under. God, 6 feet under. Soot and ashes. Ashes, ashes, we all fall down. We all fall down, face in the ground, the smell of earth, a whiff of a seed of herself. All she can offer is ashes, water from her stinging eyes and ashes, until another comes and sinks beside her. Ashes meet ashes meet ashes, but he reminded her about the sun. He swallowed nothing, pruned nothing, choked nothing, just accepted her ashes and brought her the sun. Love and sun and ashes. Ashes, ashes, we all fall down. We all slip in the soot. We all sink beneath the sky. We all come clean by the wind and the water. We all renew whatever we can, restore whatever we can, rebuild whatever we can with love and sun and ashes.
Good for it.
to go ahead and tell you that I wrote this for Wayne Bledsoe?
Hell yeah.
Do not turn my man into a tree. Though he's rooted in reason and he sees miles above the bramble, beyond man-made fences and dams, though he bears the rings of 1,000 years and produces the breath of 1,000 souls, do not make my man into a tree. Let my man be like water. Let him soak the tough blows, dissolve the toxic tongue. Let him bathe the banks and dance on rocks. Let him rush and tear away, far, far away. But let him find me again, to rain on my hair, to swell my body, to wash my mind. Let my man be like water. Let my man be a bird. Let him forage for truth and food. Let him sing of stardust and take up with the sky. Let him ascend away, far, far away. But let him find me again, to preen in my window, to bring me heaven, to incubate gravity. Let my man be a bird. Let my man be a mushroom. Let him bloom in the dark. Let him feast on the dead. Let him love the cool and the shade. Let him be alone, far, far alone. But let him find me again, to gild my heart, to bring me flavor, to offer me foresight. Let my man be a mushroom. Let my man run the river. Let my man traverse the sky. Let my man decay the darkness. But let him always come back to me. Make my man earth. Make my man air. Make my man into the sea. But do not make my man into a tree.
That was Sarah Baker, y'all.
Hey, at least not one of those damn pear trees, anyway.
It wasn't one of those damn bear trees. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you. Well put, sir. And now, Wayne Bledsoe. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I have something that's going to sort of reference that at some point here in a minute.
I can only imagine.
All right, this is. I'm going to read stuff you've heard before, but then I have something brand new. October 7th. Why must we always become the monster to defeat the monster? Is he always there deep inside, waiting to show his fangs and stretch his claws into the bodies of children? God told the Hebrews, kill everything that breathes, and Islam didn't even wait for a command. From the sidelines, those so accustomed to cutting up the body of Jesus in order to stitch on parts more palatable to their wants and create a Christ more amenable to their desires, shout approval because it fulfills false prophecy. And the monster smiles its bloody smile, knowing it will be reborn in the bellies of survivors, bloated, ready to explode, full of maggots that feed on suffering and turn into flies that spread across the earth. Why must we always become the monster when he is already everywhere? And I don't have any new poems, fortune cookie poems, but here's some from a while back. This is 10 more totally uncalled for poems by Wayne Bledsoe and Panda Express. 1. The best way to get rid of an enemy is to make a friend who owns a gun or a knife and has an alibi and a wood chipper and lives by the lake. 2. You will stumble upon wealth and prosperity, trip, and fall into poverty when the hospital bill comes due. 3. Be willing to admit your mistakes, like buying this meal. If only you knew what we know, you would not have taken that last bite. 4. Approach life with bold enthusiasm. You might as well, with so little else to offer. 5. You are as intelligent as you are good looking. Look in the mirror. No wonder you couldn't complete Wordle today. 6. Any doubts you have will soon disappear with that shot of vodka, and you could dance yourself into a felony. 7. Beautiful things await you, and hide until you pass, giggling in the other room. 8. Let's see. Hang on a minute. I couldn't read because of my printer.
Come on, brother.
Your winsome smile will be your protection against having a job or losing your virginity. 9. Your quiet charm will attract the attention of others who will tell you you're too pretty not to smile. Pretend to fall and catch yourself grinding your foot through their toes. 10. Your reward is the walk, not the destination. So keep in mind, our door is locked. We are not home. Now you are doubly rewarded. Just before I came here today, my friend wrestled up some dinner with me, and he wrote a new Angry Gardener column. Wild mushrooms. With a looming second Great Depression on the horizon, or at least what economic bozos call stagflation, it's good to sit in nature and have some deep thoughts. Things like, what are the most important things in life? Maybe I should focus on things that nourish my spirit. Maybe God is in all of us. And maybe most importantly, what is this thing in my yard and can I eat it because I'm really hungry and completely broke due to the rich bastards making America great again, but only for the other rich bastards. As a man who has eaten plenty of things that have shocked friends and neighbors, I am happy to report that yes, there are things in your yard, your neighbors' yards, and public parks and walkways that are edible. And oftentimes more edible than that horse shit wrapped in paper that McDonald's is selling. Weirdly, wild mushrooms are where foraging novices seem most likely to start. This is not entirely bad because it weeds out the risk takers and casual chuckle fucks fairly easily and leaves more natural nutrients for people who have higher IQs than a common housefly. The Angry Gardener is part of a Facebook page for mushroom enthusiasts, and it is filled with exactly what you'd expect. Experts with little patience and plenty of attitude, non-experts who will give you advice that can get you killed, and thoroughly uninformed fools who simply ask, "Can I eat this?" Well, friends, mycological experts have a joke for that. All mushrooms are edible, but some are only edible once. Ha ha. Enjoy the humor while feeling your liver painfully dissolve 2 days after eating your delicious steak with Amanita bisporigera gravy. Let's get this straight at the outset. Fungi is not to be fucked with. They have characteristics of both plants and animals, which is a little scary in itself. They range from the delicious and delightful morels and oyster mushrooms to the psychoactive cybocillin varieties to destroying angels and death caps, which, according to the accounts of now dead mushroom gourmets, taste just great. There is even a strain of fungi known as cordyceps that take over the brains of insects. One strain of cordyceps infects ants and causes them to latch onto something nice and high, and then the ants' heads fill with spores and explode, so that the spores can be spread over a nice wide area. It's at least probably very entertaining to watch. This fungi is the inspiration for that zombie TV show, The Last of Us, which imagines a strain of cordyceps that infects humans. Knowledgeable mycologists cheerfully tell us that this is not too far from being a possibility due to that pesky global warming that the same people who caused the current economic shitstorm said wasn't real. Those assholes make my head feel like it's about to explode even without fungi. Thankfully, there are only a few deaths annually due to eating poisonous mushrooms, but there's still plenty of entertainment to be had from the stories of fungi novices. Probably the most commonly eaten poisonous mushroom is Chlorophyllum mollibites. These are large, beautiful mushrooms that often grow in fairy rings and look delightful in a yard or a meadow. They're sometimes known as green spore parasol mushrooms or the false parasol. Another common name for it is the vomiter. But that's only half the story. I call it a magic mushroom because it can magically turn your body into a two-sided fountain. Don't sit down without a bucket in front of you, and don't lean over without a bucket behind you. All of us on that mushroom Facebook page enjoyed hearing about the progress of a poster's teenage son and his friends who fancied themselves experts. There are no reported deaths from this mushroom, only people who wished for death after eating them. Chlorophyllum mollibites is a good example of why to be careful. It looks very similar to the edible Chlorophyllum rhocotis and the Macropedia procera. The best way to tell the difference is that the edible varieties have a white spore print, while the Chlorophyllum mollibite has a print with spores that turn green. If you have to go to this much trouble and you don't have a degree in mycology, you are already over your motherfucking head. And you should stick that to that portobello burger at O'Charlie's when you can afford it again. There are some very safe mushrooms that do not have poisonous lookalikes. Oyster mushrooms grow on dead and dying wood and are pretty unmistakable. Morels are weird and full of holes, and the only similar looking mushroom is a false morel, which won't kill you, but does make a few people a little nauseous. Chicken of the woods, especially the orange variety, has no toxic lookalikes and can be fried like chicken and actually kind of tastes like chicken meat and looks like chicken meat when pulled apart. Then there are puffballs, which are sort of the tofu of the mushroom world, a real delicacy if you liked eating paste in elementary school. In short, there is only so much the angry gardener can tell you about mushrooms. I can tell you that my girlfriend and I tried entirely too many Cybacillum mushrooms one night, and while she had several epiphanies and some deep spiritual insights, I simply saw strangers looking into the windows and imagined their bodies looking something like Easter baskets. By the time 6 hours had passed, and I could finally enjoy dancing with my shadow and watching the wallpaper shapes float off the wall, she had already started a new religion and was exhausted.
True story.
True story. I do encourage you to seek out safe edible mushrooms and to read a book on them before you put them in the goddamn frying pan. Good luck. Before these 4 years are over, we may need a book on which of our neighbors might make the tastiest Easter dinners. Yours in Christ, rustle up some dinner.
Yeah! Thank you, Wayne. Thank you, Wayne Bledsoe, y'all. Thank you very much. Did you want to get up here?
Every head turn.
Anyone else? Anyone else like to get up? Come on.
Look, I've never seen this before. I'm used to this. I'm from Chicago.
All right.
This is something that's a normal thing. I can go right down the street from my
Nice.
family, you know, and just
Get on the mic. Tell me the mic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Voice.
All right. Just let me introduce you. What's your name?
I'm insane.
Huh?
My name's Matt.
Matt?
Yeah, Matt.
Y'all, this is Matt. He's gonna get up and show us something. Yo, man.
I am the official concrete cowboy.
Yo, man. Hell yeah.
First off,
I'm a strong conservative, all you freaking liberals. But I heard everything you said. There's a lot of talent in the room, and your freedom amongst each other. I mean, you guys capture me, and you're cool. No, I watch everything. And the guy who wants to punch somebody in the mouth, I'm right here. I'm just saying, because don't do that, bro. You won't be able to do that. That's not our attitude. Whoever the fuck it was, I don't care. I didn't like that. When we are always peaceful. We fight, so you have freedom. And you have some funny ass stories. You guys crack me up, and I want to thank you for an awesome afternoon. You know, that you guys welcomed me in here so I could just do what I'm about to do. Since you're gonna let me get on the mic, I'm a singer-songwriter. I build for a living. I'm a carpenter. I build. Right? But I've been playing for a long time. So, and I do have a disc out. That's part of what brought me to Nashville and to Tennessee. But pick a genre. But she looked up at me with the stars in her eyes, and held in her arms our love's first child, and I smiled a smile with the new mother's charms. And funny how I never thought we'd take it this far. She said, I need to know that we are what you need. I love you and need, don't you ever leave. At the moment my world was so right, I said never. Right? You never say never when it comes down. Go ahead. You wanna play?
Yeah,
Oh,
right on, man.
Never say never when it comes down to love. You can't stop when you started, or tell a heart when to fall. Love surrounds you, and it drowns you with emotions that set you on fire. So never say never when it comes to affairs of the heart. So much has changed as the years have gone by. We added 2 kids and the stress is so high. I guess somewhere down the line we must have drifted apart. It's funny how I never thought we'd take it this far. But now look at the remnants of what we now are. And things have been done to break the bond in our hearts. Seems we're standing at the end of a road, though we said never. Right? Never say never when it comes down to love. Our hearts were made to be broken, and hearts made to come undone. Love can wound you as it burns you, and your world just falls apart. So never say never when it comes to affairs of the heart. Thank you, but it's not over. I know everyone wants to stop there. Now, we've both been through some changes in this time we've been apart. And many times I wondered, is there still love for me in your heart? We once had love was saving, so maybe we can make a new start. Yeah, and get back down to basics. Girl, it's having an affair of the heart. So never say never when it comes down to love. It takes us past the places you never thought we'd rise above. Love surrounds you, then it drowns you with emotions that set you on fire. So never say never when it comes to affairs of the heart. And no, never say never when it comes to affairs of the heart. She looked up at me with the stars in her eyes. We're on, guys. Thank you. That was awesome. Hey, bro. Thank you.
Okay, that was Matt, y'all. Hell yeah. Let's hear it for Matt. No. Nice, brother. Nice. I think you want to do another?
I don't know.
Do you really like the Bears, though? Do you like the Bears? Are you Chicago Bears?
I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, bro.
There you go. Do another. Do another.
I need to drink on my beer a little bit.
Do another.
Thanks a lot. I'm always alone. You know, my wife passed away. So yeah, my life is no different. To find a group. Thank you guys. He's already saying shut me down.
No, we're talking about him. We're talking about me. No, bro. Not at all. We're funding. Yes, good. Cool. You're done. Sorry. So this is we're here.
Wait on we got together and just loud and loud. Keep my eyes on you so I can I'll watch you not too bad. I don't complain. That's why I was playing a while. Open that door.
All right, this is yours.
Oh, don't get excited. Wait till you hear the catch line. I remember the long summer days and the hot winter nights. The games that we played all night long. Right here in my arms, babe. I still can see that sultry smile, how you shine so bright. The love light in your eyes, and taste your kiss on my lips, babe. I never wanted, I never needed summer so bad. I just needed to have you to hold. Only wanted to breathe you. Girl, how I love you. That's right. Oh, but you got your ways and the things that you say and the games that you play. Can't take them no more. And there'll come a day there's a price to pay. When you're dealing with hearts, you gotta get more. It wants to cross your mind, but you were leaving behind. See, that promises made. And you know I believe you, right? You put my back to the wall, done things made me feel small, and you did it all with a sultry smile. When did love get so changed? But through it all I love you. No, you get okay, we're doing it.
Am I too loud, my man?
No, you're good. You're fine. No, I got nervous.
You're my first thought in the morning. Before I open up my eyes. But the pain comes without once again.
Hey, it's all right, my man. Thanks a lot.
How about that? Yeah, y'all. Hell yeah. All right. I got one more poem that wants to be read. Are you ready? He's going to get it. Kaiser. You got it? You got it, buddy?
Yeah, I got it.
All right. Hey, y'all, back to the stage. Kaiser Cooper, y'all. Kaiser. Well, this
Listen, I'm not trying to showboat or anything. I just
No.
it was on my phone, and I was my gosh, this has been awesome. Nice seeing Sarah back. I'm like, anyway, so this is not good.
Okay,
So-
read it anyway. Okay.
And I don't even know if it's a poem, but it's something. So anyway, this is just something that was going through my. Oh shit! I don't have my glasses, but it'll be fine.
You don't mind?
All right. Here, you got your.
I got some.
You got readers.
Yeah, I got readers, but they're perfect,
Oh.
baby. Look at that.
Oh.
Yeah, they're 2.5. Oh shit! Yeah, there you are. Oh, that's. Oh.
Holy shit! You're way blinder than me.
Yeah, that's right.
Me and Russ are now family. So, all right,
Enjoy, hey.
yeah. And everybody, man, listen. Honestly, I've had a weird week. All you guys are the regulars. Everybody shows up. Everybody's family. I love you guys, and I really do.
You're sure a freak.
Even Chris's dad. He was my principal at one point, yeah. And my mom is here. That's my mom, who was a school teacher. Who I tell you, my mom was a school teacher with the kids. She taught Vicky Frost's kids.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. That's you. When you did a piece on that, I was like, oh shit, I know about that. That was every day of my life. That was so.
Yeah, we got death threats.
I wish my brother Michael was here. But anyway, this is terrible, but here it is. So, this is drunk in the middle of the night. My heart is completely drained. I see it dwindling down to darkness. So I run the opposite way. What seems to be the only way. Confused by pride and a duty. Drenched in baptism of shame. I pull this ick from inside as my fear battles for its side. Curiosity has killed my pussy. I'm left licking myself in the corner, grooming for a chance to be seen, making sure these wounds are clean. I refuse to learn what they teach. Lessons of lessening every person. Too stupid, too dumb, and too mean. Make sure these wounds are clean. Thank you. I love all you guys.
Okay, thanks everybody for taking part in the Russ's Romper Room today, this month. I'm gonna just go ahead and jump out on a limb and guess that the next Romper Room will be on, what the fuck is the next month? May? Fuck, May? Okay, I'm gonna guess it's gonna be May 18th. I will be out of school then. Oh my God, let's hope I'm sober enough to come in here and do it. But yes. Let's just go ahead and I'll check it out with Harb and I'll put out an announcement, but it will, I'm going to just go ahead and bet May 18th, the third Sunday of May. So come on back and thanks everybody for taking part. Y'all are wonderful. Thank you. Cheers, freaks. Yeah. That was a really good one. A really good one. Oh my God, thank you so much, man. What a treat to see you, and what a treat to hear you read poetry again, my friend. A real treat.
All your life, all your life.
Good. What a treat, man. Take care, man.
Only that first episode. I guess there's a new one tonight.
I love that moment where it starts there, where it picks up, where it's in India or whatever, and like the woman from the government says, "Do the country," because that's honestly how fast it was.
Oh yeah. I remember this like I've watched like one or two episodes. I look forward to tonight for the new Gemstone.
But I can't watch that till Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
Gemstones is one.